Hey everybody, hope you are all doing well out there. The contest is done, and I appreciate everybody who responded so promptly to that. I'm actually here waiting for some contact from my contest winner here. I want to say congratulations to Ava, and one sec here. I'm not hearing anything from her on her end, though, and so I'm not sure if there are some sound issues or what. There doesn't seem to be any kind of. I mean, she joined the meeting, but that's basically it. So I'm not sure if she's having some tech issues here, but we can hang for a little bit while she works that out. And again, I want to say thank you very much, Ava, for joining me here. Can you hear me okay?
Oh, yes. Hi. Thank you for your patience.
Okay, great. Well, we've got Ava on. Now, Ava, you probably don't see my face on Zoom because my camera has me over here on YouTube, and I had to kind of finagle a few things to work that out. I'm just going to make sure that the sound is okay. Can everybody hear Ava all right?
Hello. Hi, everyone.
Can I get a comment in the live feed down below? You can hear? Okay,
Hello. Hi,
great.
everyone.
All right, awesome. So Ava, I'm just getting your astrology chart, getting my astrology chart program going so we can get down to business here. And so I've got everything here for you. I'm not going to dox you live for everybody in terms of all of your info, but I've got you here as 25th of February, 1973. All right. At looks like 7:21 p.m. local time. We'll leave that confidential. And so now the way that I do my work is that I try not to read anything ahead of time. I don't think it's good for readers to get overly connected or involved with the person or the subject they're about to read ahead of schedule. Okay. So, again, the way I do things, it's very old school. So, I'm going to look and see what you wrote down here, but I'm coming at this completely fresh. That way, again, you can know you're getting something that's actually fresh and not, you know, you don't want a reader to have a bunch of opinions or thoughts about what they're going to talk about with you ahead of schedule. But your chart is all loaded up here for you. So if we need astrology, we got astrology. And of course, we got tarot here as well. And so it looks like this puts you here as a sun in Pisces naturally, with a moon in Sagittarius. And you looks like you're a very late Virgo rising, right on the cusp of Libra. Does that sound familiar?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
excellent. All right, so let's have a look and see what our question here is. Um, I'm not sure if the form went through. You're asking, you say your question is about changing in career, how to have energy for it. Let's.
I retyped that very quickly. When I went to your website, I'm sorry, I got a little confused, and I sent you a message and typed out something more elaborate, and it took a lot of time. But I could rephrase that if you like.
Well, here's the thing. When it comes to tarot and astrology, the best thing you can do for yourself is just have your question right, straightforward, and there. We don't want to explore or process what you're going through when we're looking ahead. So, because I was curious about your original question, and it did kind of look like we're kind of looking it wasn't quite ready to come out of the oven yet. What are you trying to do with your career?
I was trying to use the career that I'm in to just make a baseline so I can support the interests that I really want. And the last couple years, it's been extremely challenging just to meet that baseline and
what
have
is the
the
goal?
energy
What is the
just to
goal?
get my needs met, to pay rent and pay bills without it completely zapping me of energy, and it affects my health, things like that. Just I've been,
No, no,
kind of
don't tell me.
burning the
Don't tell me. Don't
candle
tell
to
me the
both
story.
ends to
Don't.
try
No, no.
study
Don't
other
no.
things.
Don't tell me everything.
Okay.
Like I said, old school. I'm not a coach.
Yes.
I'm not a coach. I'm not a healer. I'm not any of those things. Do not feed the reader information. There are a lot of predators and parasites out there that are just going to give you a bunch of affirmation, and you're going to feel like you paid an active listener. You do not want anything to do with people like that. Okay, they are a parasitic infection on this community. So, if the question is about a career pivot, okay, and we just need to have a solid question, because we're talking about what you're going through and how can you fix that. But
Mhm.
I think the best way to ask your question is, okay, look, if you the question can't be, I just want everything to get better. It's,
Okay.
what is the question? What are you trying to do? There has to be some kind of goal, an intention. We're going to do this intentionally, not intuitively. And they are very different from one another.
Another way I could say it is, um, should I? Is it safe to take risks in a new field that I'm not very well studied in,
What is that field?
at this time?
What is that field?
It's an audio
Audio doing what?
production.
So the question is it go should I consider pursuing and committing to work in audio production field?
Correct.
Okay. That's how you want to form your questions with tarot
Okay.
and astrology. You want to get straight to the point, and that way it's solid, and we can look that over. So I think what I want to do first is I want to do tarot to see
Okay.
what you're working with, what's going on, and where things are going over the course of the next few months, and then we can look and see, yeah, is it possible to even find an opening into this? Okay, so let me have a look and see what is going on here. Okay. I think you absolutely can. I think the issue at this point in time is that right now you're kind of caught in a weird middle period. You've got the Nine of Swords reversed crossed with the Tower card reversed. And a lot of the times I see these cards show up, these usually show up to talk about a person that had an opportunity that didn't take it. And now the environment that they're looking to go into, or that the environment that they are in, is in flux. And it's like they have to wait for that flux to pass before they can actually go in and do what they did before, or what they were aiming to do before. Now, the good news is that it looks like you're going to have two opportunities to enter this field. You are going to have two opportunities to actually get into and have a job and get down to business and do some real work. There's going to be an old opportunity from what feels like probably around probably August coming back. I'm not sure if this was an opportunity or if this was like a conversation, something you were exploring in passing. And then there's also going to be a new opportunity coming up as we go into probably the end of January, around February.
Okay,
You need to
that's
be
great.
yes. But for the present, unfortunately, I'm not seeing anything happening right this minute. This is definitely a strike while the iron is hot kind of scenario. What was going on back at the end of the summer for you? Because I feel like there was an opportunity for you to make this jump, or at least there was an avenue or a road opened that opened up.
There was an opportunity, but it had some uncertainty. I didn't trust it. I didn't know if I should trust it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, okay, not sometimes the cards can be kind of bitchy, and so can I. I think it was
Yeah.
actually good,
Okay.
but you will have a chance to come back around to it.
Okay.
Okay. That being said, if you don't want that one and you would prefer something completely different, there is also going to be another one again, probably by the time we get to about Valentine's Day.
Right on.
And I think actually you have made the right decision. I think with the 10 of Cups upright, you are there. I feel like there is something going on in your astrology chart where, we've all kind of gone through it, especially I think with Pluto kind of doing that final dip back into Capricorn mid-year around May, June, where
Mm.
we were all getting ready to kind of make a big leap. In your case, it would have been changing careers. And yet, Pluto slipping back into Capricorn for a minute, I think was probably the reason that you kind of had to sit about and sort of almost tie up loose ends that would have, that didn't really need to be tied up. And I've read for a lot of people that have kind of had those moments where it's like the breakthrough is coming, the breakthrough is coming. Oh my God, do I really have to like turn one final page in an old book I'm done with? Now, for you, Pluto is presently transiting your natal Jupiter, which is actually very positive. I think that maybe that could be bringing in or eliciting some of the nervousness, however, that you're experiencing as well. Because with Pluto on top of Jupiter, we have a chance to kind of make a big leap, go very, very far, very, very fast. Pluto is all about power and prestige and intensity. But also at the same time, it can be very treacherous. It can be very risky. It's really all about how you work with Pluto. That's why so many people hate Pluto. It's kind of like, all right, it's very powerful and very wieldly, but it takes a lot of personal responsibility. And Pluto on top of Jupiter can indicate opportunities to even get kind of ahead of your own station. Now, that can be a good thing if you know how to do it, but maybe that's also something that's been going on. Maybe that's why we didn't really trust the last situation that happened at the end of the summer. And that might be something that's been kind of keeping us stuck. We don't want to get ahead of our station, but maybe you're actually better at what you're doing than you think you are. And maybe you are ready to do it. And I'm not saying, like I said, I'm not Mr. Motivational Personal Development Coach guy. I'm old school witch. And if I'm saying that, believe it. Because I've given people bad news and didn't bat an eye.
I believe it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're no nonsense. You don't sugarcoat, and
I don't see
do
the point.
appreciate that.
Like, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't. If I'm about to walk off a curb and step in front of a bus, I have more love, respect, and care and honor for the person who says, watch out, you're about to step in front of a bus, look where you're going, than the person who says love and light, no negativity, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that maybe that's, but I feel like what's happening here, and especially as we go through the next 6 months, with the Hierophant card upright, I think that you will find yourself in a fairly locked in, um, you know, I think it will be quite secure. I think it's possible with the Hierophant as we go into probably about April, May, you may find you have to maybe do something to, maybe build on your education, build on your skill set. That is a very big theme of your chart in May anyway. But also, Jupiter will be going into your 10th house of career. I think that you will be kind of building on your skills and your education while you already have the job you want.
That yes, and thank you for helping me shape my question because that was really part of it too. Learning on the job. Appreciate that.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. You're going into audio production. That's a field that it's safe to learn on the job. It's not like you're going in and trying to be a cardiologist and practicing on people,
True.
or
Yeah.
got thunked on the head and decided you were going to be a tarot reader because that was trendy in 2014, right? That would be bad
Right.
too. No, you're doing something where everyone's always learning all the time. But I think also at the same time, with Jupiter in your ninth house retrograde right now, it's very possible that you could, and I do think should, um, maybe have some kind of push coming your way here very soon through somebody that is trying to already hook you up. Because I am seeing some kind of, I don't know if this is a contract, if you're joining somebody, there's some kind of win-win deal, win-win arrangement. This might be through somebody in your network, or this might just be, again, people being brought together to be at the right place at the right time. But I think, unfortunately at the present, because we did miss the last train, we're kind of waiting for the next train. And whether we go back and pick up what we left behind in August, or we take up the next train that's coming for us at the end of January, beginning of February, you can have your job.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it. Yeah, this is very encouraging and old school and no nonsense. It's great.
It's making a comeback, and I'm hoping there's a demand for it. But it's definitely, I think, even your astrology chart with Jupiter going into your 10th house, this is one of those situations where it's all about you keeping up with the races, especially in the spring and summer of next year. This is one of those situations where, no, you're not going to be babied through this. You are going to get dropped in the hornet's nest. I think you're going to do great. I do. But I think that you're being too gentle with yourself. You're being too timid. And I think that you've got a real shot at this. I think you've got a real skill. Your Neptune's in your third house. People who work in audio communications, digital communications, music, they often do have either Neptune or Mercury in their third house as it is. Your moon's already there. I mean, it's kind of baked into your chart.
Great. That's
Yeah.
nice to hear.
Yeah.
I'm really
So
thankful
don't
you
be
were
meek.
the Jupiter Pluto transit because I was confused by it, and you put it very well. You made me understand it better.
It can either be Jupiter and Pluto, like I said, it's very powerful, but it's very treacherous at the same time. And so it's really one of those tests. It's not about what can you do with no power, it's what can you do with all the power. And that is a very different test. And it's one of those situations where, you can either have an Icarus moment and fly too close to the sun, or you can, basically move mountains. It's up to you. And I think that this is where the push is for you. Because I'm looking at your astrology chart and I'm like, I mean, the card said there was something that happened at the end of the summer, which you did verify. Thank you, by the way. I appreciate that. And I'm sure my viewers do too. But also at the same time, um, God, I'm seeing something that was even trying to happen spring of 2023. I think that you're in a spot right now where there is no more haggling, no more bargaining, no more waiting. I think that you have found the right path. It's just that you keep trying to reconcile it with what you know and what you got going on, and you can't.
A project that I started in spring, and we worked a different way in August, and I think I just need to launch it, finish it and launch it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Time to go.
Okay.
Time to be done. Time to be done. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what you got. But Ava,
Right. Motivating.
I hope so, because again, like I said, there's no rush to do anything right now. But because again, we're kind of, I'm not gonna lie, we missed the last train. We're waiting for the next one. So between now and the end of January, it's still gonna feel kind of like limbo. But when the next one comes, hop on that one. Okay. Or if the one from August comes back, which I do think is a distinct possibility, even if you want to go look them up, likely that won't be ready to get going until probably mid to late January as well.
Okay.
Okay.
That's great. All right.
Awesome. Well, Ava, I don't mean to be that guy who cuts you off. I just realized, I wanted to make sure you got a full 15 minutes. I know we kind of had it took us a minute to get going there, but I wanted to make sure you got a full 15 out of the call. But I do need to I do need to bounce, unfortunately.
All right. I feel like I have a lot to go on, so thank you.
Good,
And
good.
thank you so much. This was wonderful.
Absolutely. No, absolutely, Ava. You take care. Congrats on the win. And like I said, best of luck to you. I don't think you need it. I think you did just fine. Just yeah, I think switching to audio communications is where it's at.
Thank you. All
Of
right.
course.
Take care, everyone. Thanks for joining.
Of course. Take
Goodbye.
care. Bye. All right. So, congratulations, Ava. She just left the meeting here. Sorry we couldn't get her on video, guys. Like I said, we had some tech stuff going on in the very, very beginning, but you got to hear her. And so that's basically how a 15-minute call goes with me. And so, if anyone ever was interested in getting one, again, you can order at my website, integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in the down bar below. I also offer half hour, 1 hour, and 90-minute sessions. And remember, it is old school. I'll come back with more contests here, more and more. But I hope you enjoyed this, and I would love to hear your thoughts in the down bar below about this style, and maybe some questions you have about how readings go, because I could always come back in videos and talk about that as well. So you guys take care. I hope you're all having a wonderful December and are cruising through this newly retrograde Mars experience as I am as well. Have a good one, and I will see you all again soon.